Hi everyone, Alex here. Continue with our Ninja Carrier series. This is part 2. In part 2, we're going to continue with our reference planes. I'm going to create some extrusions. Those extrusions are going to be the one admitting from the toilet, is this one right here. We're going to create the main trunk of the carrier, which connects the main sanitary drain line within the chase to the carrier. And then we're going to create the extrusion for the vent. So get ready and see you in Revit. Hi everyone, this is Alex with BIMitUp, where we help you with professional training and coaching in mechanical, electrical, plumbing, fire protection systems, and Autodesk platforms like Revit and AutoCAD MEP. Let's get started. So far, we did this one here, we did this one here, we did this one here, and we did this one here. And now what I'm going to do is first, this extrusion, which is going to have a circular base right here, right? And it's going to extrude that way. But I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to undo this so that I don't dirty my schematic. Just wanted to show you. And then that radius is going to be 2.2 inches. So I'm going to start that extrusion from my waste inlet and then go left. So for that, I go create, extrusion. I'm going to set my plane. And it's going to be, as we saw, the waste inlet. I'm going to click OK. It's going to ask me which view you want to go to extrude that. So I want to go to the right. And now since I'm looking at it from the right, I know that the first plane that I'm looking at is this one, and the second one is this one. So in this view, this is the first plane. So this is the center line, and this one here is the face plate. So I want to align my circumference to this point. So I typically just go here to circle, and I like to do it wherever I want. I don't sweat it too much, something like that is good. And then I click on it and I make sure that I make my center mark visible. And then I align AL to this plane and lock it, and then to this plane and lock it. And I want to dimension this. It can be either a radial or diameter dimension. I typically prefer diameter. So I'm just going to take the value that I know, which is 2.2, and I know the diameter is 4.4. So that's my diameter. I'm not going to define a parameter for this. I'm going to define the parameter just for my connector coming in later. So for now, what I want to do is know how much this extrusion is. So this is going to be 3.1 plus 9.1. So that's 12.2. And I'm going to log that 12.2 here, inches for sure. And then let's see which direction this is growing. So I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to go to my reference level to see what's happening. And then you can see that this is extruding the wrong way, right? So you can either have this value negative. So if you do -6, for example, it would grow now this way, right? So you can see that positive extrusions go to the right, negative extrusions go to the left. We could have also defined the extrusion base at this plane and then have it positive. But since I'm here already, I'm just going to leave it like this. And I'm going to do align AL to this plane, and lock it. So now I have my first extrusion, right? Let's look at it on the 3D view. I'm going to close this front view a second. I'm going to close the left view a second. And then this is my 3D view. So that's front, that's right, and then that's left. So that's good so far. Let's go back to my reference plane. What do I want to do now? I want to do my vent extrusion right here. So I'm going to do the same thing, create, extrusion. It's going to be a circular base. Again, I put it wherever I want. You can click on it and change the diameter, which if you remember, it was 2.4, but that's the diameter. So if we want to do radius, it's 1.2 inches, right? So if I click here, I know that this is 1.2 inches. Now, in order to be able to align, I need to click here and make the center mark visible, and then do AL to this plane, this guy, and lock it, and then to this plane, this guy, and lock it. All right, now, how much of an extrusion do I want? Well, if you go to that back view from your carrier, you'll see that it's pretty short. So if I go to the back, which in this case is north, you'll see that distance from the center line to here is 4.1. So we can give it 4.1. So I'm going to go back to my family, and then I'm going to put here 4.1 inches, and then click OK. And let's take a look at our 3D view. And that's pretty decent. I like it. Let's keep going. And let's say you don't have time to create the Ninja Carrier, or you don't feel confident enough to do it on your own, then I have good news for you. If you just want to get it, I ended up creating a single carrier with a horizontal discharge, a single carrier with horizontal discharge and auxiliary inlet, a back-to-back with horizontal discharge, a single with vertical discharge, and a back-to-back with vertical discharge. And what I did is I made the Carrier Ninja package available for you to download by scanning the QR code that you see on screen right now. So far, we have now this part, and now we also have this extrusion here. Now let's do this extrusion. So this is also going to be a cylinder. So I'm going to go back to my reference plane, and I want it to start here and end here. Now let's go to Create, Extrusion. I'm going to set my plane. That work plane is going to be, the one that I want to pick is center, front, back, and click OK. And I can open it in the front elevation if I want. Then zoom in. And then as always, I'm going to do my circle, any size I want. Then I'm going to click here. And I know that my radius is going to be 1.8 inches. So I go 1.8 inches. And then I'm going to make my center mark visible. And now we need to align. So we got to be careful what we align to. We cannot align to this plane. Why? Because this is the vent plane, right? So if you see it from the top view, this is not the plane that I want. The plane that I want is this one right here. So you see it from the front view, we're looking at it like this, and I hit undo. You have 1, 2, 3 planes, and then 4, right? So here they are, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So this is the plane that I want, okay, this one. So I do align to this plane, this guy, and lock it, and then to this plane, this guy, and lock it. And then what's the length that I want for that? Well, it doesn't really matter what this length is. I'm going to start from here all the way down to here, which is 6.6. So I'm going to type here 6.6. And then just finish. And take a look at my 3D view. This is looking great. Okay, very good. I'm going to change this to shaded, just so that I get a little bit more excited. Looking good. And then I'll see you in the next segment, which is part 3. See you there.